Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, and welcome to the Sri Vidya Temple's online classes in chanting. We are currently working on Sri Adityahrudayam Stotram, and this is in honor of the sun, Lord Surya. And so we wanted to learn this for the sake of Makara Sankranti or Thai Pongal, which is happening today and tomorrow as it happens. So I will share my screen. Okay, and I believe we had completed through the 15th shloka, so we'll be starting with the 16th. And first I will chant the Ganapati shloka. And then we'll start. Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnan Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyayet Sarva Vikhnopashantaye. Okay, so Charu Aunty, if you can repeat the lines first.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll be starting with the 16th shloka. Namah Purvaya Giraye.
Namah Purvaya Giraye. Namah Purvaya Giraye.
Paschimaya Namaha.
Paschimaya Namaha. Paschimaya Namaha.
Okay, so if we take a look at this line, we have Paschima, so the A in Ma is Dirgha. And then the second part of the word is Yadraye. Yadraye. Paschima Yadraye Namaha. So I'll just try that one more time. Paschima Yadraye Namaha.
Paschimaya Namaha. Paschimaya Namaha.
Good. Now the whole line. Namah Purvaya Giraye Paschimaya Traye Namaha.
Namah Purvaya Giraye Paschimaya Traye Namaha. Namah Purvaya Giraye Paschimaya Traye Namaha.
Good. Now the next line. Jyotirgananam Pataye.
Jyotirgananam Pataye. Jyotirgananam Pataye.
Dinadhipataye Namaha.
Dinadhipataye Namaha. Dinadhipataye Namaha.
Jyotirgananam Pataye Dinadhipataye Namaha.
Jyotirgananam Pataye Dinadhipataye Namaha. Jyotirgananam Pataye Dinadhipataye Namaha.
Good. Now the next line. Jayaya Jaya Bhadraya.
Jayaya Jaya Bhadraya. Jayaya Jaya Bhadraya.
Good. Haryashvaya Namo Namaha.
Haryashvaya Namo Namaha. Haryashvaya Namo Namaha.
Jayaya Jaya Bhadraya Haryashvaya Namo Namaha.
Jayaya Jaya Bhadraya Haryashvaya Namo Namaha. Jayaya Jaya Bhadraya Haryashvaya Namo Namaha.
Good. The second time was accurate in terms of not pausing in the middle of the line. The first time there was a little bit of a pause, but you corrected it the second time, so that's good. Now the next line. Namo Namah Sahasramsho.
Namo Namah Sahasramsho. Namo Namah Sahasramsho.
Good. Adityaya Namo Namaha.
Aditya Namo Namaha. Aditya Namo Namaha.
Namo Namah Sahasramsho Adityaya Namo Namaha.
Namo Namah Sahasramso Aditya Namo Namaha. Namo Namah Sahasramso Aditya Namo Namaha.
Good. Now the next line. Nama Ukraya Viraya.
Nama Ugraya Viraya. Namo Ugraya Viraya.
Sarangaya Namo Namaha.
Sarangaya Namo Namaha. Sarangaya Namo Namaha.
Nama Ukraya Viraya Sarangaya Namo Namaha.
Nama Ugraya Viraya Sarangaya Namo Namaha. Nama Ugraya Viraya Sarangaya Namo Namaha.
Good. Now the next line. Namah Padma Prabodhaya.
Namah Padma Prabodhaya. Namah Padma Prabodhaya.
Good. Just focus on the holding ip in Padma Prabho. Padma Prabho. Okay, just emphasize that just a little bit more. Now the second part. Martandaya Namo Namaha.
Martandaya Namo Namaha. Martandaya Namo Namaha.
Namah Padma Prabodhaya Martandaya Namo Namaha.
Nama Padma Prabodhaya Martandaya Namo Namaha. Nama Padma Prabodhaya Martandaya Namo Namaha.
Good. Next line. Brahmeshanachyuteshaya.
Brahmameshanya Chunteshaya. Brahmameshanchudeshaya.
Okay, let's just break that down a little bit more. Brahmesha.
Brahmesha. Brahmesha.
I couldn't quite hear. So Brahmesha. So even though it's written as HM, we want to pronounce that as MH. Brahmesha. Brahmesha.
Brahmesha. Yeah.
And then the next two syllables are nachu,
Not
nach, and
not
you,
you.
nachu.
Okay.
And then we
Nachu.
have Teshaya. And again, these aren't separate words. They're just sections of one
Deshaya.
word separated by hyphens. Brahmeshanachyuteshaya. Okay, so
Brahmesha Nachu Deshaya.
that's it. So let me chant it one more time. Brahmeshanachyuteshaya.
Brahmesha Nachu Deshaya. Brahmesha Nachu Deshaya.
Good. And everyone notice the holding in not chu. It's holding after dirgha, not chu. Okay. Now the second part. Suryaya dityavarchase.
Suryaya Dityavarchase. Suryaya Dityavarchase.
Good. Now the whole line. Brahmeshanachyuteshaya suryaya dityavarchase.
Brahmeshanachyuteshaya Suryaya Dityavarchase. Brahmeshanachyuteshaya Suryaya Dityavarchase.
Good. Okay, so that line is a little bit more tricky, so that you can just practice a little bit more later. Okay, let's just finish up the 19th shloka. Bhaspate sarvabhakshaya.
Bhasvate sarvabhakshaya. Bhasvate sarvabhakshaya.
Rautraya vapushe namaha.
Raudraya vapushe namaha. Raudraya vapushe namaha.
Good. And just notice the holding after dirgha in Raudraya. Raudraya. Okay. Let's do the whole line. Bhaspate sarvabhakshaya rautraya vapushe namaha.
Bhasvate sarvabhakshaya raudraya vapushe namaha. Bhasvate sarvabhakshaya raudraya vapushe namaha.
Good. Okay, so for the next one, is there anyone else who's able to repeat the lines? Rupa Amma or Anupama Amma?
Yeah, I can do one.
Okay, great. All right, so starting with the 20th shloka. Tamoghnaya himaghnaya.
Tamoghnaya himaghnaya.
One more time.
Tamoghnaya himaghnaya.
Good. So I was able to hear clearly the Mahapranas Gha and Gha. So you'll see that this Mahaprana occurs several times in this one shloka, and it's a little bit tricky because it's combined with the na sound. So it may take a little bit of practice for everyone to get this sound, Ghna. But it's definitely worth it to spend some extra time practicing that sound. Okay, so the next part. Shatrughnayami tatmane.
Shatrughnayami tatmane. Shatrughnayami tatmane.
Good. Tamoghnaya himaghnaya shatrughnayami tatmane.
Tamoghnaya himaghnaya shatrughnayami tatmane. Tamoghnaya himaghnaya Shotrughnayaamitatmane.
Good. Now the next line. Krutagnaghnaya devaya.
Kritagnaghnaya devaya. Kritagnaghnaya devaya.
Good. And this one is tricky because the ghna occurs 2 times in a row. Krutagnaghnaya. Gnaghnaya. Okay, so that will take even a little bit more practice. Okay, now the next part of the line. Jyotisham pataye namaha.
Jyotisham pataye namaha. Jyotisham pataye namaha.
Good. Krutagnaghnaya devaya jyotisham pataye namaha.
Kritagnaghnaya devaya jyotisham pataye namaha. Kritagnaghnaya devaya jyotisham pataye namaha.
Good. Now the next line. Taptachami karabhaya.
Taptachami karabhaya. Taptachami karabhaya.
Vanhaye vishvakarmani.
Vanhaye vishvakarmane. Vanhaye vishvakarmane.
Taptachami karabhaya vanhaye vishvakarmani.
Taptachami karabhaya vanhaye vishvakarmane. Taptachami karabhaya vanhaye vishvakarmane.
Good. And everybody would have noticed that in the word vanhaye, it's spelled with an H followed by N, but we pronounce it as vanhaye, like an N followed by the H sound. And so that's the same rule as what we follow with Brahma or Brahman. Okay, so just wanted to point that out. Now the next line. Namastamo bhinighnaya.
Namastamo bhinighnaya. Namastamo bhinighnaya.
Good. Ruchaye lokasakshine.
Ruchaye lokasakshine. Ruchaye lokasakshine.
Namastamo bhinighnaya ruchaye lokasakshine.
Namastamo bhinighnaya ruchaye lokasakshine. Namastamo bhinighnaya ruchaye lokasakshine.
Good. Now the next line. Nashayat yesha vaibhutam.
Nashayatyesha vaibhutam. Nashayatyesha vaibhutam.
Tadeva srujati prabhuhu.
Tadeva srujati prabhuhu. Tadeva srujati prabhuhu.
Good. Nashayatyesha vaibhutam tadeva srujati prabhuhu.
Nashayatyesha vaibhutam tadeva srujati prabhuhu. Nashayatyesha vaibhutam tadeva srujati Prabhu.
Good. The only thing is in the word nasha yat yesha, I didn't fully hear the ye in yat yesha. So you can just work a little bit on pronouncing that more clearly.
Okay.
Otherwise, very good. Let's do the next line. Payat yesha tapat yesha.
Payat yesha tapat yesha. Tapayat yesha tapat yesha.
Varshat yesha gabhastibhihi.
Varshatyesha gabastibihi. Varshatyesha gabastibihi.
Good. And we have Mahaprana Gabha, so Bha, and then also Bhihi in Gabhastibhihi. Okay, let's do the whole line. Payat yesha tapat yesha varshat yesha gabhastibhihi.
Payatyesha tapatyesha varshatyesha gabhastibihi. Payatyesha tapatyesha varshatyesha gabhastibihi.
Good. Just a little more emphasis on the Mahaprana, so you can practice that. Okay, next line. Esha supteshu jagarti.
Esha sukteshu jagarti. Esha sukteshu jagarti.
Bhuteshu parinishthitaha.
Bhuteshu parinishthitaha. Bhuteshu parinishthitaha.
Good. Esha supteshu jagarti bhuteshu parinishthitaha.
Esha supteshu jagarti bhuteshu parinishthitaha. Esha supteshu jagarti bhuteshu parinishthitaha.
Good. I clearly heard the Mahapranas bhu in bhuteshu and also shti in nishtitaha. Okay, so this one's a little bit tricky. Nishti, nishti. Okay. Now the next line. Esha eva agnihotram cha.
Esha evagnihotram cha. Esha evagnihotram cha.
Good. Phalan chaivagnihottrinam.
Halam chaivanihottrinam. Sorry. Palam chaivagnihottrinam.
Good. So here, when we have the anuswara, which in English is shown as an M with a dot, either above or underneath it, we can pronounce it like hotram, like more like a makara sound, or you would have heard us chanting this more like a na sound. And the reason for that is that it's followed by the cha. Or in the case of palam, it's followed by chaivagni. So it's both are acceptable, but a slightly more accurate way of chanting is what we just did, where we pronounce this as hotrancha and palanchaivagni. Okay, so just wanted to explain that a little bit. Let's finish up the next shloka. Okay. Vedaschakratavaschaiva.
Vedaschakratavaschaiva. Vedaschakratavaschaiva. क्रतवश्चैव
क्रतूनां फलमेव च
क्रतूनां फलमेव च क्रतूनां फलमेव च.
Good. And just notice that there is a Mahaprana here, phala,
Phalameva.
phalameva cha. Okay, so now let's do the whole line. Vedaschakratavashchaiva kratunam phalameva cha.
वेदाश्चक्रतवश्चैव क्रतूनां फलमेव च वेदाश्चक्रतवश्चैव क्रतूनां फलमेव च.
Very good. And now the next line. Yani krityani lokeshu
यानि कृत्यानि लोकेषु यानि कृत्यानि लोकेषु
sarva esha ravih prabhuः
सर्व एष रविः प्रभुः सर्व एष रविः प्रभुः.
Good. Yani krityani lokeshu sarva esha ravih prabhuः
यानि कृत्यानि लोकेषु सर्व एष रविः प्रभुः यानि कृत्यानि लोकेषु सर्व एष रविः प्रभुः.
Good. Okay. So that's the end of the actual stotram, the Adityahrudayam. And then what follows is the Phalashruti, which is just saying one more time what are the benefits of reciting this Adityahrudayam. So in the interests of completeness, we'll go through this. Let's see. So who is able to recite the lines?
I can, Amma.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, so we'll start with 25th shloka. Enamapatsu krutreshu
Enamapatsu krutreshu Enamapatsu krutreshu.
Good. So this line has a very challenging word in it, which is this krutreshu, krutreshu, because we have kru and then treshu. So cha is there's holding on the ich, and then this is also a Mahaprana cha, and then we have the ra sound immediately after. So that's a challenging one, but good job. And now the next part. Kantareshu bhayeshu cha.
Kantareshu bhayeshu cha Kantareshu bhayeshu cha.
Good. And just notice that this is the Mahaprana bha and not the regular ba sound. Okay, so this will be bhayeshu, bhayeshu. Okay, so now let's do the full line. Enamapatsu krutreshu kantareshu bhayeshu cha.
Enamapatsu krutreshu Kantareshu bhayeshu cha Enamapatsu krutreshu Kantareshu bhayeshu cha.
Good. You can just work a little bit on enunciating the bha in bhayeshu. Okay, but otherwise very good. Let's do the next line. Kirtayan purushah kaschin.
Kirtayan purushakaschin Kirtayan purushakaschin
Navasidati raghava.
नावसीदति राघव नावसीदति राघव
Good. Kirtayan purushah kaschinnavasidati raghava.
कीर्तयन् पुरुषः कश्चिन्नावसीदति राघव कीर्तयन् पुरुषः कश्चिन्नावसीदति राघव.
Good. I clearly heard the Mahaprana Gha in Raghava. Okay. Now the next line. Pujayasvainamekagro
पूजयस्वैनमेकाग्रो पूजयस्वैनमेकाग्रो
devadevam jagatpatim
देवदेवं जगत्पतिं देवदेव जगत्पतिम्.
Good. Now the whole line. Pujayasvainamekagro devadevam jagatpatim
पूजयस्वैनमेकाग्रो देवदेवं जगत्पतिम् पूजयस्वैनमेकाग्रो देवदेवं जगत्पतिम्.
Very good. Now the next line. Etat trigunitam japtva
एतत्त्रिगुणिधं जप्त्वा एतत्त्रिगुणिधं जप्त्वा
yuddheshu vijayashyasi.
युद्धेषु विजयिष्यसि युद्धेषु विजयिष्यसि.
Good. It sounds like this last word is a little bit tricky. Vijayashyasi. Vijayashyasi. Okay, Vijayashyasi. Let me do the full line one more time. Etat trigunitam japtva yuddheshu vijayashyasi.
एतत्त्रिगुणिधं जप्त्वा युद्धेषु विजयिष्यसि एतत्त्रिगुणिधं जप्त्वा युद्धेषु विजयिष्यसि.
The line was very good. Only thing is that the last word you were saying it a little bit more like yashyasi, but it's yishyasi. Vijayishyasi, not yashyasi.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Yishyasi. Okay, so you can just practice that a little bit more later. Okay, let's do the next line. Asmin kshane mahabaho
अस्मिन् क्षणे महाबाहो अस्मिन् क्षणे महाबाहो
Ravarnam tvam vadhishyasi.
रावणं त्वं वदिष्यसि रावणं त्वं वदिष्यसि.
Good. Asmin kshane mahabaho ravarnam tvam vadhishyasi.
अस्मिन् क्षणे महाबाहो रावणं त्वं वदिष्यसि अस्मिन् क्षणे महाबाहो रावणं त्वं वदिष्यसि.
Good. Evamuktva tadagastyo
एवमुक्त्वा तथागस्त्यो एवमुक्त्वा तथागस्त्यो
Jagama cha yatha gatam.
जगाम च यथा गदम् जगाम च यथा गदम्
Good. Eva muktva sorry. Eva muktva tadagastyo jagama cha yatha gatam.
एवमुक्त्वा तथा कस्त्यो जगाम च यथा गदम् एवमुक्त्वा तथा कस्त्यो जगाम च यथा गदम्
Good. Now the next line. Etat shrutva mahateja.
एजत् श्रुत्वा महातेजा एतत् श्रुत्वा महातेजा
Nashtashoko bhavattada.
नष्टशोको भवत्तदा नष्टशोको भवत्तदा
Now the whole line. Etat shrutva mahateja nashtashoko bhavattada.
एतत् श्रुत्वा महातेजो नष्टशोको भवत्तदा एतत् श्रुत्वा महातेजो नष्टशोको भवत्तदा
Very good. Only thing is that in the word Mahateja, it was coming out like Tejo, but the word is Mahateja, Teja. Okay, just that small correction. Now the next line. Dharayamasa suprito.
धारयामास सुप्रीतो धारयामास सुप्रीतो
Raghavah prayatatmavan.
राघवः प्रयतात्मवान् राघवः प्रयतात्मवान्
Good. Dharayamasa suprito Raghavah prayatatmavan.
धारयामास सुप्रीतो राघवः प्रयतात्मवान् धारयामास सुप्रीतो राघवः प्रयतात्मवान्
Good. Now the next line. Adityam prekshya japtva tu.
आदित्यं प्रेक्ष्य जप्त्वा तु आदित्यं प्रेक्ष्य जप्त्वा तु
Param harshamavaptavan.
परं हर्षमवाप्तवान् परं हर्षमवाप्तवान्
Adityam prekshya japtva tu param harshamavaptavan.
आदित्यं प्रेक्ष्य जप्त्वा तु परं हर्षमवाप्तवान् आदित्यं प्रेक्ष्य जप्त्वा तु परं हर्षमवाप्तवान्
Good. Sorry, let me just look at this for a second. Okay. Triracham yashuchirbhutva.
त्रिराचं यशुचिर्भूत्वा त्रिराचं यचुसिर्भूत्वा
So this is definitely a tricky line. So let's just break it down a little bit more. So we have trira and then chamya and then shuchir and then bhutva. Trirachamya shuchir bhutva. Trirachamya shuchir bhutva. So let me chant it one more time. Trirachamya shuchir bhutva.
Trirachamya shuchirbhutva. Trirachamya chushir-bhutva.
First time was perfect. Second time, the sounds got reversed in shuchir. So just later on, you can just take a little time to practice this section so that it comes out more easily. Okay, let's do the next part. Dhanuradaya viryavan.
Dhanuradaya viryavan. Dhanuradaya viryavan.
Good. Trirachamya shuchirbhutva dhanuradaya viryavan.
Trirachamya chuchirbhutva dhanuradaya viryavan. Trirachamya shuchirbhutva dhanuradaya viryavan.
Good. Okay. We're almost to the end. So let's try to finish it up in this class. Ravarnam prekshya hrishtatma.
Ravanam prekshya hrishtatma. Ravanam prekshya hrishtatma.
Yuddhaya samupagamat.
Yuddhaya samupagamat. Yuddhaya samupagamat.
Ravarnam prekshya hrishtatma yuddhaya samupagamat.
Ravanam prekshya hrishtatma yuddhaya samupagamat. Ravanam prekshya hrishtatma yuddhaya samupagamat.
Good. Sarvayatnena mahata.
Sarvayatnena mahata. Sarvayatnena mahata.
Vadhe tasya dhruto bhavat.
Vadhe tasya drudo bhavad. Vadhe tasya drudo bhavad.
Good. Sarvayatnena mahata vadhe tasya dhruto bhavat.
Sarvayatnena mahata vadhe tasya drudo bhavat. Sarvayatnena mahata vadhe tasya drudo bhavat.
Very good. Just notice that in the last part of the line, we have 3 Mahapranas, Vadhe, so Dhe in Vadhe, and then Dhr in Dhruto, and then again Bha. So Dhruto Bhavat. So it's a little bit challenging to get all of those out, but just wanted to point out that those Mahapranas are there. Okay. All right, so then the final shloka in the Palashruti is a different chandas. So it's a different meter than the others, which are all in Anushtup chandas. Okay. Athara viravadan.
Athara viratan. Athara viratan.
Okay, we have Athara viravadan. Ravira vadan.
Athara viravadan.
That's it. Okay. Nireksharamam.
Nirekshya Ramam. Nirekshya Ramam.
Atharviravan nirekshya ramam.
Adharaviravan Nirekshya Ramam. Adharaviravan Nirekshya Ramam.
Good. Muditamanav paramam.
Mudidamanav Paramam. Mudidamanav Paramam.
Prahrishyamanaha.
Prahrishyamanaha. Prahrishyamanaha.
Muditamanav paramam prahrishyamanaha.
Mudidamanav Paramam. Prahrishyamanaha. Mudidamanav Paramam. Prahrishyamanaha.
Good. And now if I do the full line. Atharviravan nirekshya ramam muditamanav paramam prahrishyamanaha.
Adharaviravan Nirekshya Ramam. Mudidamanav Paramam. Prahrishyamanaha. Adharaviravan Nirekshya Ramam. Mudidamanav Paramam. Prahrishyamanaha.
Very good. The only section that wasn't quite there is here in Mudita Manaf. It was sounding like Manaha. So just watch out for that section in there. Mudita Manaf Paramam. Okay, otherwise very good. Now the next line. Nishicharapati Sankshayam Viditva.
Nishicharapati Sankshayam Viditva. Nishicharapati Sankshayam Viditva.
Good. Suragana Madhyagato Vachastvareti.
Suraganamadhyagato vajasvareti. Suraganamadhyagato vajasvareti.
Good. Now let's try the full line. Nishicharapati Sankshayam Viditva Suragana Madhyagato Vachastvareti.
Nishicharapati Sakshayam Viditva Suraganamadhyagato vajasvareti. Nishicharapati Sakshayam Viditva Suraganamadhyagato vajasvareti.
Good. The only word where something was missing is this Sankshayam. It sounded like you were saying Sakshayam, but there's a nga sound. So we have Sankshayam. Okay, so just wanted to point that out. Otherwise, very good. This is a challenging shloka because it's not exactly like any of the other shlokas that we typically do. It's a little bit similar to some of the ones that we do in Durga Saptashati or even Durga Saptashloki. But again, it's slightly different. So it's a little bit challenging to match a melody to this. Okay, so that is challenging. All right, so we've reached the end of the class and we've finished the stotram, but I just would like to chant the entire Adityahrudayam once through as a final review. So I'm just going to go back to the beginning.
Quick question. What was the
Sure.
chandas the last one?
I don't know. I'd have to look
Oh.
that up and do a little research, but I don't know the name offhand, but I will try to find that.
Oh, no, no worries. And you know,
Okay.
are we following this Anuswaram rules, or we are not following for some Kshayam? I've seen like some, we are not doing like Anuswara rules, is it? Because we are saying Sankshayam. Is it Sankshayam or other places also I noticed? So we are not following Anuswaram rules here, is it?
So Anuswara, it can, so typically in Vedic chanting, there will be certain rules that are followed where you change the pronunciation of the Anuswara to match the following sound. In terms of stotram chanting, which is not Vedic specifically, it's more of Sanskrit in the form of classical Sanskrit. It's acceptable to do either way. You can pronounce Anuswara in more of its original form, or you can pronounce it by changing it according to the sound that follows. But I've seen both done, so both are acceptable.
Got it.
So it's sort of like two choices. And so often what I sort of recommend to people is when you're first learning a stotram, you know, it's okay to pronounce it as more like a m sound, because there's a lot of other things that need to be learned. It's challenging when you're doing something new. But as you get more familiar with a stotram, you can go ahead and sort of add in that specialized pronunciation. Okay, so that's kind of what I recommend to people so that it's not quite so overwhelming when they're learning something new. Okay. All right. So I'll go back to the beginning. So all the way to the beginning. Okay. Om Asya Shri Adityahrudaya Stotra Mantrasya Shri Agastya Rishihi Anushtup Chandaha Shri Adityahrudaya Bhuto Bhagavan Brahma Devataha Om Bijam Rashmimateriti Shaktihi Om Tatsaviturityadi Kilakam Nirastasesha Vignataya Brahma Vidya Siddhau Sarvatra Jaya Siddhau Cha Viniyogaha Om Agastya Rishaye Namaha Shirasi Anushtup Chandase Namaha Mukhe Adityahrudaya Bhuta Brahma Devatayai Namaha Hrudi Om Bijaya Namaha Guhye Rashmimate Shaktaye Namaha Padayoho Om Tatsaviturityadi Namaha Nabhau Viniyogaya Namaha Sarvange Om Rashmimate Angushtabhyan Namaha Om Samutyate Tarjanibhyan Namaha Om Devasura Namaskrutaya Madhyamabhyam Namaha Om Vivasvate Anamikabhyam Namaha Om Bhaskaraya Kanishthikabhyam Namaha Om Bhuvaneshwaraya Karatalakaraprashtabhyam Namaha Om Rashmimate Hridayaya Namaha Om Samutyate Shirase Svaha Om Devasura Namaskrutaya Shikhayai Vashat Om Vivaspate Kavachaya Hum Om Bhaskaraya Netratrayaya Vaushat Om Bhuvaneshwaraya Astraya Phat ध्यानम् नमः सवित्रे जगदेकचक्षुषे जगत्प्रसूतिस्थितिनाशहेतवे त्रयीमयाय त्रिगुणात्मधारिणे विरिञ्चि नारायण शङ्करात्मने ततो युद्धपरिश्रान्तं समरे चिन्तया स्थितं रावणं चाक्रतो दृष्ट्वा युद्धाय समुपस्थितम् दैवतैश्च समागम्य द्रष्टुमभ्यागतो रणम् उपागम्य ब्रवीद्राममगस्त्यो भगवान् ऋषिः राम राम महाबाहो शृणु गुह्यं सनातनम् येन सर्वानरीन् वत्स समरे विजयिष्यसि आदित्यहृदयं पुण्यं सर्वशत्रुविनाशनम् जयावहं जपे नित्यमक्षयं परमं शिवम् सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वपापप्रणाशनम् चिन्ताशोकप्रशमनम् आयुर्वर्धनमुत्तमम् रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतम् पूजयस्व विवस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरम् सर्वदेवात्मको ह्येष तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एष देवासुरगणान् लोकान् पाति गभस्तिभिः एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवः स्कन्दः प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदः कालो यमः सोमो ह्यपां पतिः पितरो वसवः साध्या ह्यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वह्निः प्रजा प्राणऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः आदित्यः सविता सूर्यः खगः पूषा गभस्तिमान् सुवर्णसदृशो भानुर्हिरण्यरेता दिवाकरः हरिदश्वः सहस्रार्चिः सप्त सप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मथनः शम्भुस्त्वष्टा मार्ताण्ड अंशुमान् हिरण्यगर्भः शिशिरस्तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भोदितेः पुत्रः शङ्खः शिशिरनाशनः व्योमनाथस्तमो भेदी ऋग्यजः सामपारगः घनवृष्टिरपां मित्रो विन्ध्यवीथिप्लवङ्गमः आतपी मण्डली मृत्युः पिङ्गलः सर्वतापनः कविर्विश्वो महातेजा रक्तः सर्वभवोद्भवः नक्षत्रग्रहताराणामधिपो विश्वभावनः तेजसामपि तेजस्वी द्वादशात्मन्नमोऽस्तु ते नमः पूर्वाय गिरये पश्चिमायात्रये नमः ज्योतिर्गणानां पतये दिनाधिपतये नमः Jayaya Jaya Bhadraya Haryashvaya Namo Namaha. Namo Namah Sahasramsho Adityaya Namo Namaha. Nama Ukraya Viraya Sarangaya Namo Namaha. Namah Padma Prabodhaya Martandaya Namo Namaha. Brahmeshanachyuteshaya Suryayadityavarchase Bhasvate Sarvabhakshaya Rautraya Vapushe Namaha. Tamoghnaya Himaghnaya Shatrughnaya Mitatmane Krutaghnaghnaja Devaya Jyotisham Pataye Namaha. Taptachami Karabhaya Vanhaye Vishvakarmane. Namastamo Ruchaye Lokasakshine. Nashayat Yesha Vaibhutam Tadeva Srujati Prabhuhu. Payat Yesha Tapat Yesha Varshat Yesha Gabhastibhihi. Esha Supteshu Jakarti Bhuteshu Parinishthitaha. Esha evagnihotranja phalam chaivagnihottrinam. Vedaschakrtavaschaiva kratunam phalameva cha. Yani krityani lokeshu sarva esha ravih prabhuhu. Enamapatsu kruchreshu kantareshu bhayeshu cha. Kirtayan purushah kaschinnavasidati raghava. Pujayasvainamekakro deva devam jagatpatim. Etat trigunitam japtva yuddheshu vijayishyasi. Asmin kshane mahabaho ravanam tvam vadhishyasi. Eva muktva tadagastyo jagama cha yathagatam. Etat Shrutva mahateja nashtashroko bhavat tada. Dharayamasa suprito raghavah prayatatmavan. Adityam prekshya japtva tu param harshamavaptavan. Triracham yashuchirbhutva dhanuradaya viryavan. Ravanam prekshya hrushtatma yuddhaya samupagamat. Sarvayatnena mahata vadhetasya dhruto bhavat. Atharaviravadannirekshya ramam muditamanav paramam prahrishyamanaha. Nishicharapati sankshayam viditva suragana madhyagato vachastvareti. Iti Adityahrudayam mantram. Okay, so that completes the Adityahrudayam, and it's very auspicious that we were able to chant that on a Sunday, and also after the Makara Sankranti has started. So tomorrow, I believe, yes, I believe tomorrow in both US and India, the Thai Pongal will be celebrated. Since the sunrise will be occurring in Makara Sankranti for the first time tomorrow. But today we were able to chant it, so that's very auspicious, very nice, to invoke the blessings of Bhagavan Surya on this day. So thank you very much for joining. And in the next class, we'll be starting something different. We'll announce that later. So thank you very much. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, and see you next time.
Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Thank you, Ekta Amma.